What's that?
It was an assignment.
Fractions, and we're looking at today adding and subtracting them. Adding and subtracting. And then let's write down a problem here. Let's say you have 2/4 plus 1/4. Make sure you're listening carefully here. 2/4 plus 1/4. When you come to adding and subtracting fractions, children, the very first step in bold, beautiful letters is you will always, at least for me, you will always write them up and down. Up and down. That means if this is the problem in the book, on your paper you're going to write it like this. 2/4 plus 1/4. Okay. Then step number 2, this one you won't have to do, but we're going to put it here because eventually we will. You're going to have to make what we call common denominators. And if you remember what the denominator is, the denominator are these bottom numbers. In order to add fractions together, those bottom numbers must be the same, or as we say, common. Got that? They have to be the same. Right now, for probably, I don't know, it's going to be a long time before you'll have to do anything with that. Okay? Step number 3, and if you think about this, what do you suppose I get if I take 2/4 plus 1/4? Yeah, Grant? 3/4, okay? A lot of people think that you add both the top and the bottoms together and you get 3/8. But if you take out your little, took out your little pie pieces, and you took 2 of them, and you added another 4th to it, okay, you get 3/4. You don't get 3/8, because 3/8 are half of those things. So our little step number 3 is you add or subtract the tops. What's the top of a fraction called?
Numerator.
Add or subtract the tops, which are the numerators. And then you keep the bottom the same, which is the denominator. Keep the denominator. I am the denominator. The same. So 2/4 plus 1/4, you add the tops together. 2 plus 1 is 3, and the bottom stays a 4. You have 3/4. Mr. Westfall.
Would you just add the top and the, would you just add the 2 tops of them and you put a 4 on the bottom?
Did I not do that? Yes, that is, in a nutshell, that is exactly what you do. But that's not always going to be the case. That only works when the bottoms are already the same. But let's do a few more just to make sure we're all on the page. How about 3/4 minus 2/4? 3/4 minus 2/4. What's the first thing you do? I get a little particular about this. Ryan,
Right up and down.
yeah, you're gonna write it like this: 3/4 minus 2/4. And I know it's not a very hard problem. You will not do these in your head. You'll write that down. And then, like Carter Westfall said, don't you just subtract the tops? Yes. 3 minus 2 is 1. Keep the bottom the same. 3/4 minus 2/4 is 1/4. It's really pretty simple. The only time it gets a little tougher is maybe if you see something like this. 1 1/2 plus 1 1/2. Again, the first thing you do is
Right Right up and down.
Look at how quickly we catch on. 1 1/2 plus 1 1/2. Well, 1/2 plus 1/2, if we're writing it down, we'll go 2/2 for now. 1 plus 1 is 2, but we don't leave 2/2 there because Carteret, yeah, this is the same thing as 1, so you have to add the 1 to the 2, and it becomes a 3. Oh, I suppose we should write that down, sorry. You missed that one step there, that you won't have to do much with. Step number 4 in your notes there, after add or subtract. Step number 4 is always with fractions, what we call simplifying them. Which could be any one of a number of things. Simplify just means you make it the easiest way that it's to be understood. Just like I never ever really say, we don't say he ate two halves of a pizza, you say they ate a whole pizza, or you don't say he ate 8/16 of a pizza, you say if you ate 8 out of 16 pieces of a pizza, you ate half of a pizza. Yeah. We always go with the easiest number. Always the easiest. Let's see if there's any more there. 5, well, no, maybe not. Sure.
What if there's a problem like 3/4 plus 3/4?
Yeah, we don't get to that yet. That's a good question. If it's 3/4 plus 3/4 and you end up with 6/4, we call that an improper fraction because you can't with fractions have a bigger number on top, but we're not gonna talk about it now. You could probably figure out what to do, but we won't talk about that now. It won't happen in today's homework, so we'll